live. TikTok will still bring me down. We used all my GPU money on the toupee. We don't have money for more GPUs. I need to open Stream Deck. All right, that is successfully live. I did change the going live message, so that's all fine. I should have this out of the way. We're on Earth side. Holy shit to this. Good. Okay. Hello. Remind me later. Get out of here. Yeah, we have Hairhound. I have unbaldented myself. It is toupee time. Thank you, Sauron. Someone help. I melted my sister's water bottle. I can't. We're celebrating me right now, Straw Hats. You got to take your shitty little life and get it up out of here. Don't do that. Don't do that in my moment. It's the straight and thus inferior twin. It's teen mauled. That's honestly fucked up, the Frog Prince. Because brother, can we get a scalp reveal redeem? No, it would be too difficult. If I could, I have already filmed an ad read that has a bit about the toupee. I have already written a sketch that involves jokes about the toupee. So I don't have a lot of shame around it, but it is difficult to take on and off because it has clips all around the side and it has like a thing of glue on the front. So it is practically speaking not possible to go to lift it off and then be like, huh, and then show the hair underneath. Oh my god, homophobic. Aegis, thank you for the 200-bit cheer. Army Hitch. Oh yeah, we can make toupee jokes. I've already written 8. Army Hitch, thank you for the Prime sub for the 14th month in a row. Thunder Tempest, thank you for the 9. And AG Gravity, thank you for the 14. Ronan, thank you for the 19. Welcome back to the dog home. Wait, Mauled, your birthday was last week. How are you younger? I mean, that's the thing. Like, why does Maldhound look like he's about to explain NFTs to me now? I'm about to. They're all scams. Don't buy them. Unless they're from me. You can trust me. DMC, thank you for the 100-bit cheer. Boss, this feels weird already. I love the fuck out of you. You know this, but I got on stream and had a visceral reaction of who the fuck is this? You will get used to it, if only because I love it so much. There's no chance I'm stopping. White Bread, thank you for the 26 months with Prime. Welcome back to the dog home. Oh, you redeemed a Smasher Pass. Thank you, Helios. I'll give it I'd try it. You know what? I'll be honest. I'd try it at least once. How annoying was it to put on? I imagine you needed help. I did need help. Z helped. The amount of annoying it was to put on. Crazy fucking super annoying. Crazy fucking dumb annoying. But that's mostly because I have never put on a toupee before. And so there's I think 5. There's like 5 little clips that go around the side, and then there's a strip of glue under the front end on it. And so you have to, I was getting the like clips in. It's really fucking weird to put on because you have to make sure there's not like too much slack in it. And so I fiddled with the clips for like a clear half hour. That is supposed to get like faster and better as I do it more. Yesterday when I got it on and the stylist did it, it was like fucking life-changing. I cannot, for anybody who does it feel itchy or uncomfortable? No, not at all. I wore it, I went up to Seattle yesterday with Z for the appointment where we picked the actual wig and they like colored it specifically to my hair. I'll probably get more wigs, Sauron, and that dovetails into the thing I wanted to say, which is that for anybody who has been considering getting this, we all know that I have not liked my hairline for a very, very long time, right? That is no secret on this channel. When I saw myself with this on, I had the immediate visceral reaction of the first time I saw myself in clothes that I liked. So I would heavily recommend investigating doing this. This is expensive as shit, which is unfortunate. This was, I think, between like the doing of it, the stylist cutting it and coloring it for me, and all the like cleaning supplies and stuff. I think this was all in about $1,500. Hefty chunk of change. It's way less than a transplant. It's way less than a trip to Turkey. And like the thing is, I very well may get a hair transplant later on in life, but it's not like dangerous in the sense that you're going to be like be harmed if you get a hair transplant young. But the worry about getting a hair transplant too young is if your hair keeps receding, you end up with like a crazy ass Grand Canyon. Lila, it is darker. Some of this is the lighting in the room right now. Because when they were investigating, here, we'll go in. Because right now, I will say, I put it on kind of bad. Like, Z was trying to help me. I was doing my best to, like, learn how to operate it myself. The stylist yesterday put it on much better. It's actually too far forward right now. It looks even better when it, is lined up with my natural hairline, to reinforce the point that my hairline didn't need to change. It was just everything else about my hair that needed to change. So I think it'll look a little bit more natural as I get more used to installing it on my head. Because right now, I still love how it looks. This looks significantly less natural than it did when the stylist did it, because they're an expert at it. I would say when they did it in the salon yesterday, it was like 9 out of 10. I was like, that could be my hair if I just had more of it. And I would say today is like 4 out of 10, 5 out of 10 on looking like it's my hair, but it still looks, hi baby. But it still looks extremely excellent and handsome.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Hey, could you squat just a little bit? Okay, now ask if...
I agree.
Thank you so much.
What am I supposed to ask?
Yeah, if my phone has games.
Do you have any games in your phone?
Thank you,
Please.
baby.
Please.
Um, ba, 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 ba. Take this as you will, but your name, it looks like your name is Tyler. Fucked up. Jessabelle, thank you for the 13 months at tier 1. Welcome back to the dog home. Did you have to get a buzz cut before you put it on? No, my hair was not cut at all. I filmed a video. I filmed a short form video. It was one of my like motivational video things. It wasn't a commander roast. But I think I have a skit that I want to be the first short form content with the toupee in it because it has wig jokes in it. And so I think that's a very good way to launch Toupee Hound. So, like, I filmed this morning without it on. My hair, I still have the exact same, like, they did not cut a strand of my hair to put this on. This is all just over the top of what already exists. Yeah, and Taylor, that's one thing they told me, is that when I get my haircut from now on, I need to let it grow out longer from my occipital bone up. Because right now, historically, I've been taking the sides in extremely close, which is, I'm gonna make my head a little bigger now because I actually like how I look. That's fun. They were like, yeah, from here down, you can still have it really short, but to make it blend better, we want to let this go out. Aegis, thank you for the 100-bit cheer. Welcome back to the dog pile. And Talon, thank you for gifting a sub. Welcome back to Dog Heaven. Tomato Cat, thank you for the prime sub. I appreciate those Bezos bucks in support of the cooking stream. We're going to go to the manual ad break, set some customs live for tomorrow. I do have to check with Elk about them doing customs with me tomorrow. I see a little green dot on Discord, so. Maul, thoughts on Secret Lair Zeta? Immediately bad taste in my mouth that they're selling Secret Lairs as packs. I think I still have to sit with it and work out what intellectually I have qualms with, because it's like, this whole game has been packs all the way down. I don't know if I can be mad at the loot boxy game for doing another loot box, but first thought is like, we're gonna like upcharge for these super cool cards, and now you can't even be sure you're gonna get them. Like, it seems like a scalper's paradise, which sounds like a disaster. But I'm gonna try to see if I can ruminate on that and come up with any reflections that are not anger. Lulu, thank you for the 5 real super chat. Who are you? What did you do to Mauled? If I pay you money, will you return him? No, but I might buy different and more varied wigs. Cuts! Thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome to the dog home, my friend. I appreciate that generosity. Are we live right now? No, I'm not even live on TikTok right now. I gotta go live on TikTok. Mauled, after Elk's video, I'm curious, what are your opinions on Temple of the False God? So, I don't like to run Temple of the False God for the same reason that I never let a risky fart go. The chances that I'm going to shit myself and get stuck on Temple of the False God on 3 lands are low, but it is non-zero. And the amount of emotional devastation I feel when I am stuck on 3 lands with Temple of the False God is 1-for-1 like how I felt in that high school public bathroom when I had the flu and I was 15 and diarrhea trickled down my leg when I let one rip. I'm not chancing it. It's like drawing an early Cabal Coffers of Maze of Ith. Yeah, it's just upside downside risk to me. Like if your deck is well built, you know, you're probably not going to have any games where it's a dead land. You're probably going to have a lot of games where it's very good for you. But for me, having one game where it fucks up my curve is enough for me to be like, I'll just play a land that enters untapped and spend my 1 mana like an adult. Quick, put up donation goal for Man Bun to pay, you'll make bank. So here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. When they were putting this on, right? The wig when they put it on, it was like super long. They cut away a ton of the wig. So when they put it on in like a very shitty top knot, just hasty, and there was just like this hair sprawling all over my face. I looked like an idiot. And when I looked in the mirror, I still liked that more than what's happening under this. And that was the moment I knew things were going to be okay. Because I was like, holy fuck. Just anything other than what I was working with. I was in clown shoes territory. Good girls already get shit on. Does this count as gender affirming care? Yes, trans rights. Yes, it does. This is gender affirming care. Right? This is about me making the sack of meat that my brain rides around in look more like how I think it should look. This is a serious fucking wig, Tomac, but because of who I am as a person, it's also a humor wig. DMC, if you can go Sunday, I would prefer to have you Sunday, but if you can't go Sunday, we can figure it out today or figure it out with an early start tomorrow. How easy is it to take off / put on? Take off, super easy, 2 minutes. Put on, today, 45 minutes, big struggle. But today was my first day ever putting it on. I'm gonna be honest, you look younger. Yeah! Cause like, cause here's the, cause again, this point right here, where it's attached in the front, this is where my hairline is. The hairline is unmoved. Where the hairline is moved is on the side here. Now it has a slope that is less ridiculous than the insane plus ultra Vegeta Widow's Peak I had. That makes me look younger. Tomac, I will probably be going for a hair transplant later in life. The thing is, I'm only 31. And so if I get a hair transplant now, it's very likely that my hair is going to keep receding, and I'm going to have to pay for a second hair transplant, a third hair transplant, or they're just like, or I'm going to end up with like a Grand Canyon in my hair, which is like so much worse. So the toupee is until my hair stabilizes. Once my hair stabilizes, I'm going to reassess. If a transplant could make my hair look like this, I'm probably going to get the transplant to not have to take it off and put it on every day. But if a transplant can, if the way I could look with a transplant could not make me feel as good about my appearance as I have felt in the last 24 hours, I'm just going to keep doing toupees. Yeah, 360. Thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome back to the dog home for the 11th month. I feel the same way about Zeta. Jay Pyromaniac, I've been on rosemary oil, I've been on minoxidil, I've been on finasteride, I've been doing microneedling, I've been doing all the stuff. Hair kept going. Does the toupee cover up enough that you wouldn't ever need to replace it while the hairline keeps receding? Yeah, like we didn't do this. We didn't do this, but you can just like shave the entire top of your head bald into a fryer cut and then just cover the whole thing. Oh, my bad, Alec. Alec, thank you for the 18th month with Prime. Welcome back to the dog home. Could you let me know today's roast order? So the 3 people I know 100p is going today. DMC, I love Duskmore and Zimone as a commander. Hold on. Sunday's fine. Okay, so DMC is Sunday. Today we have Lord Xavier, Nullzone, and Elicman. If anybody has a hard out within the next hour, please let me know. Right, Dragig, we moved. Did we move you? I thought we had handled you. Hold on. Your primer is, you know that scene in one anime where a character has to put their fingers in a device that rips their nails out? Oh, right, you have a new one today. Yes. My bad. I don't have that one on the Excel sheet, so let me find you and move you over. Ah, it's because you submitted your form yesterday, like a little freak, and I had built today's schedule on Monday. I caught you. You thought you were sneaky. You're not. Terrence, thank you for the Prime sub for the 19th month in a row. Welcome back to the dog home. And the weirdest one, thank you for the 24 months at tier 1. Happy second subiversary. Yeah, the Landfall Manifest Dread one. I think that one's cool. How does a transplant have anything to do with wigs? What it has to do with it is they're both methods of. This is crazy. My TikTok live got restricted for using stolen content when it's just been me talking in front of the camera the whole time. I should have screen capped it. I got a warning that my TikTok stream got delisted because it contains like AI generated or copied content. And it's just been, oh fuck, but I didn't put this is only the Twitch title. I didn't put the stolen word in the TikTok title because I knew TikTok was going to do this shit. Titan Castles, that was for a one-off stream. It doesn't do anything in this stream, so don't worry about it. That's insane. Okay, so Nullzone and Lord Xavier, are you both here? Nullzone, I see you. Nullzone, do you have a heart out? Xavier, do you have a heart out? Okay. Elk cannot do customs tomorrow. So by show of applause, who wants solo customs? Who wants something else? We gotta make a choice. Lord Xavier's good anytime, but is slow to respond. Is Veggie still busy? I think they're still doing a subathon, and so I don't know if they can easily schedule this. Witcher would be dope, or League. Okay, so I think what we'll do is we'll probably do solo customs and consider doing. We'll see how the energy is. Oh baby. All right, so I'm gonna put customs up. They are gonna be just for me. We will almost certainly have Z guest star for a bit, but I have a long time. Oh yeah, no, he won't be doing it. Never mind.
I don't.
That's why. See, that's why I didn't even reference you as a guest because unconsciously I knew you wouldn't be able to speak, and then I forgot why. And so I was just like, oh yeah, why wouldn't I have? Yeah, no, they're getting a tongue piercing today, so they will not be doing customs unless you want their input to be.
Oh.
Oh.
I mean, they may say no because technically,
Yeah.
third time it's.
All right, so I'm gonna set the customs live. We're gonna plan on them being solo because we're gonna plan on Z having their tongue pierced. Uh, and then somebody did say, shout out whoever this was. They had a purple name. They said, sell another round of roasts. Pay yourself, dog. If it was not for Elk's cut, customs make more than roasts. If it was not for the fact that I pay Elk a portion of all the revenue, the customs can print money. So I am paying myself when I say we're doing customs tomorrow. Don't you worry about me. Don't you worry about me. Yeah, we're gonna put some customs up. You should roast Shu Yun or some other bald commanders now. I think that would be a funny first. I think that would be a funny first roast back is to do like Shu Yun, but all I do is talk about how fucking stupid and bald they are. Like I never reference a single ability of the commander. Just like, oh man, they could probably do something if they weren't so busy waxing their dumb fucking scalp, bald idiot, and then like play a vine boom, and I'm just doing this in the back. How much did it cost? It was like $1,500. Wait, so the Twitch points were a scam? Fuck yeah, they were. They've always been a scam. That's always been the trick you redeem. DMC, thank you for the 100-bit cheer. How much did it cost? Everything. Shocking Squirrel, thank you. Thank you so much for saying that. I'm glad to hear that I could help inspire you in any such way. Currently, I have cool little, you can't really see them, but I have cool little silver flame designs on my black nails, and I think I look very pretty. Put the toupee on poorly and have it fall off at the end of the roast. So that is a bit we are probably 6 months away from. What has to happen for that bit is I need to get a backup toupee that I'm not worried about damaging, and I have to learn how to attach it loosely enough that it will stay on during normal movements, but that I can have a way to like shake it off. Because right now this is pretty attached. Hey Maul, it's been over a year since your Golos roast. Do you think he could be released into the wild? I feel like his power level is on par with all the BS going around, and Death in the 99 would kind of be funny. I think if they brought back Band as commander, I would be fine with it. My issue with Golos is not one of power, but I think he just makes the world a worse place. Like, I know we can't send people to jail for having terrible vibes, but you can in Commander, and that's why he's in jail. He has terrible stinky vibes. So if we could ban him as a commander, like, yeah, totally fine. It's like very Molecule Man adjacent, whatever. But the world is a worse place with him free. Does Ji's Chola not do something kind of similar? Not at all. She's so generic. I think there is a difference between a generic deck that allows you to play anything and a generic deck like that allows you to sorry, I'm misspeaking. Between a generic deck that allows you to pick different synergies to play around and decks where the only synergy is random bullshit go. I realize you may feel that way about Y'shtola decks, but Y'shtola has a number of build-arounds you can do that can verge on interesting at times, or at least verge on interactive. Golos only has me ramp, me play big free spell, yum. Exotech, thank you for the prime sub of the 10th month in a row. Welcome back to the dog home. My day's going very well. I appreciate that comment about my hair. Yeah, it's all 5 colors. There's 0 deck building considerations. There's 0 synergies to worry about. It's just me make mana, me drop big free spell, hope best. Yeah, and Golos ain't sexy like that. That's a big difference. Okay, let's set these commissions live. So I think the order will do. We're gonna rip it off with Dragig, go into Null Zone, do Elec Man, then do Lord Xavier. And if we do all that quickly enough, we get in a raffle, bitches. Golos is worse than Prismatic Bridge. Golos is definitely more annoying than Prismatic Bridge. But yeah, if we could ban that motherfucker as a commander, no problems. No problems. He comes up, he is here's the truth. Golos is Kevin Hart. He's had some supremely funny moments, we can't really deny this. He's had some good decks, some good specials. But like, holy fuck, can I not deal with having the only source of comedy I see be Kevin Hart? We need a break. And so if we could just sequester him in the 99, it would be totally fine. But because they don't want to do that, jail forever. Jail forever. Your hair looks different in the videos. Yeah, that's a lighting thing, Molagder. I wouldn't worry about that too much. Yeah, and I do want to be clear. Golos would not be like broken. He would not be too powerful for the format. I just think we're all better off with him in jail. Got to get these customs live. Oh, I got to set my YouTube short live too. Holy fuck, brothers. 8:26. Me and I. We're going to still do... All right, 10 individual ones have been set live. I'm going to go set a pack of 5s live. Pack of 5. We'll do 2. All right. Where are we at? Who needs jail more, Golos or your old hair? That is a tough question. I took the toupee off yesterday, and when I took it off, I was looking in the mirror, and I didn't have the thought, oh my god, my natural hair is so ugly. Oh my god, I hate this so much. I had the thought, why did I live like this for so long? Because again, it felt the exact same as how I felt when I went to a clothing store with somebody who was good at fashion, and I wore clothes that fit me for the first time. It was just like pure euphoria. And I was like, why the fuck was I putting myself through this? Yes, Potter, I got a toupee yesterday. So this is a fucking fresh one. Is it hard to not run your hand through your hair constantly? Yes, and I'm actually getting styling stuff because the thing about this toupee is like we got a lot of shit up here, man. There's a lot. More than I'm used to. And so it does kind of do, if I'm moving around too much or if I tilt my head too far down, it'll do this thing where it begins to flop forward. And so I'm trying to figure out how to like keep it up and keep it in this style, but you're not supposed to run your hands through it over and over. So I am doing a lot of like hands in pockets, hands in pockets, hands in pockets. Don't. Oh, hell yeah, Potter. That sounds dope. I do think I'm going to begin experimenting with like other colored wigs, doing wigs for cosplays. Why can't you touch it? I think the oils in your hand will damage it over time. So it's not that you can't, but it's that you want to fiddle with it. The less you fiddle with it, the longer it will last. Like right now, I will probably have to buy another one in like a year. If I
This?
the lower one, but I think both.
I think both of
Does it fall off like in cartoons? No, I will demonstrate. So they make ones where you can glue it, where you shave your head and then you glue it to your head, which is not what I did. This is clipped in. And then it has a little bit of glue at the front, but let's. Fine. The risky flip. I mean, if it comes off, I just hit the sickest clip of my Twitch career. Right? Like if that there's no risk if I shake my head around on stream, because either it stays on and we're like, oh wow, that is actually pretty good, or it comes off and I just sprint to the save clip button. It's not a full hair system. Yeah, Molex got it right. This is just a toupee. They did say I could swim in this. I could shower in it. It would just.
I have one more.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
I like this one more.
Okay, I agree.
Have you ever given out badge ribbons? No, I don't know what those are. You think you'll ever break and go full fryer cut and glue? Probably in like 5 to 8 years I might. Because the goal right now, maybe 3 to 5 years. Because the goal right now is to wear this until I can figure out how far back my natural recession is going to be, and then figure out if getting a transplant will create the look I desire. And so if I in 3 to 5 years, the recession has been so much that I'm like, oh well, if I got a transplant right now, it wouldn't look the way I want it to. Then I'll probably just shave my head and go full hair system, because it's not about having hair. It's about being able to present myself aesthetically in a way that I'm comfortable with. Zerthro Shack, thank you for the 12 months at tier 1. Welcome back to the dog home. I appreciate that generosity. You look so good. No interest in the full bald. No, I've been bald before and I don't like how I look. I think there's a world in which I'm more comfortable being bald when I'm older. I think when I'm like 45 or 50, I could either, because like there's also some people who can really rock a fryer cut. We normally like to just clown everybody for it, but like George Costanza kind of going with it. He got a little motion. He got a little bit of a strange and freaky motion. We can't deny that. Like he is kind of funny looking. What's up? So when I'm older, I could see myself doing like, you know, little full ball J.K. Simmons action. I could see this. I could see that. But I don't want it for me right now. The Life of Shade, thank you for the 14 months at tier 1. Welcome back to the dog home. Hello, mister, who is definitely not our boss, Baldhound. Did you have to shave or buzz your regular hair to wear it? No, there's a short that actually I need to set live on YouTube right now. There's a short I filmed for YouTube about burnout and motivation during burnout that I just filmed before I've put the toupee on today. The weirdest one, thank you for the 100-bit cheer. If you're waiting for a recession, just give it a few months. Housing market's coming down. Ross, objectively, I think I looked fine. I think I looked great even. It just wasn't for me. I just didn't like how I looked. I think if you go bald, you either need a really big beard or you have to be pretty built. And I'm just not so like look at this angle. I'm not even trying to look smacks right now, but I think if you want to be bald, you have to be able to hit this angle. And we're getting there. Like I'm not a universe away from it, but I'm also not there yet. Weirdest one, thank you so much. Moist Critical's video was him bald yesterday. Maul's hair mugging people today. What's happening? It's all getting weird. Yeah, baby. Nobody say a fucking word. Oh, I found him on the floor over here. We're good. We're good. Maul, the question about customs reviews. How are partners and double-faced cards considered? I think partners, we make you do 2. Double-faced cards, it is vibes based. Do you have too many words? Yeah. Let me check this. God, I look good. Holy fuck. This isn't even like, and this is like, I'm not even getting it to lay how I most prefer it to lay right now. Fucking different universe of reality I get to be in. Lovely. Hey, where am I trying to move it? I'm trying to manipulate this part. I have to like relearn how to style it now too, because I've never had hair here, so I don't understand how to make hair on certain areas of my head do the thing I want it to do. I don't like that. Oh, I don't hate that. Well, I don't love it though. By the way, you were crazy hot with this. Thank you, Aegis, for the 35 bits and the compliment. The floppy bit's a bitch. Right, but especially when I get it styled the way I like, I can have the little like Superman Eisen strand hanging down the middle of my head, and I'm gonna keep it a stack. It looks good. I am a Johnny Bravo looking motherfucker. Yes, I am. Thank you so much, Aiko. Right, Dragging, you wanted to check on your purchase. Let me go look. See, Alec Man snapping some up. Dragging, I see a custom card purchase from you. What? You know? I could spoof this man. Do you think you'll go to MagicCon Detroit? Probably not, unless I'm making money crazy style. Because Z and I really want to go to 1, MagicCon Tokyo next year, and 2, MagicCon Amsterdam. Those are both going to be really expensive trips. We are going to work hard, we are going to budget, and we are going to save money for it. It still may be so expensive that we cannot do any other unpaid travel. Is that your natural color mold? I feel like you were more blonde before, or are my eyes betraying me? This is a little bit darker than my natural color. They did a really good job of matching it, but it is definitely like a shade or two darker. Soggy, thank you for the random smasher pass. Pass. I'm going to leave 3-3 Elk alone. Dusk, this is a toupee. Malik Alnihari, thank you for the 13 months at tier 1. Welcome back to the dog home. And then Zerthro Shack, thank you for the 1 year. Happy subiversary. Yes, anybody who is considering getting a toupee, feel free to ask questions over the coming weeks and months about whether or not it's worth it. All right, where are we? We still have time on the manual ad break. Is it real hair or some kind of synthetic? I forgot. Keep it a stack. I think it's real. I have no idea. Gorilla, the color wheel is for Pal World streams. Would you adopt a Burnish heart? Yes. Mauled is the unluckiest planeswalker confirmed. This is crazy grime on the one guy who's been dressing up as that dude for 4 years. There's one guy who for years has been cosplaying this dude from the curse cards. Soul, yes, I am left-handed. All right, hello, Sock. All right, Dragig, you about ready to go? Lord, am I? Okay. We are going to get into the deck roasting portion of the day. Let's go to the slideshow, and let's remember what we're all here for. We're here to make Dragig feel bad. Where it is, there it is. I will not be at PAX West, no. All right, so earlier this week, Dragig also sent in a deck. Earlier this week, we determined Dragig is a no-good 30-land running filthy liar. Let's see what they have brought for us this time. This deck is allegedly scary. Never say Drags can't put lands in her decks. This is inarguably my strongest deck. I will accept no EDH Rex slop comments. I built this with my own sweat and blood for my favorite commander. If I scroll down and I see a gray merchant of Asphodel, I am going to find the tallest building in your state and dangle you from it. Motherfucker. Almost didn't find him. In between the Cryptghast, Sephiroth, Keurig, Orcish Bowmasters, and Sheoldred. So is the reason you can't hear any EDH Rex slop criticism kind of like how people who go to too many metal shows like blow out their eardrums? Is that what happened? Is it's just like your brain filters out all of those comments now because you're like, it's just some type of noise. That's some type of strange and weird noise. Wait, we have a Lich's Mastery? This isn't even a win con. There's nothing on here wins the game. This is wrong. How am I wrong? This card single-handedly won me at least like 20 games. Are you saying like Lich's Mastery with Shieldred, I draw my deck and then can't lose? And then something else wins me the game? No, as in keeping me alive long enough for something else to win. I'm putting river water in your boots, dog. Okay, so we have a lot of... You might be stupid. We might be a little dumb. I don't want to... that is questionable at best. What's wrong with Ghoul? Everything. Everything about him. There is only one thing right about Butcher Ghoul. This is the only relevant line of text. What is Undying doing here? Comboing with Yawgmoth! Comboing with Sephiroth! Comboing with any of the other with Blood Artist, any of the other 8 million black cards that show up to EDH Rec Disneyland every fucking Saturday. Krieg, thank you for the 100-bit cheer. Wait, we have Skittles in here too? Jesus. You can't see it, but I just lost another millimeter under the toupee. Oh my fucking lord. There's... Dragging, I'm so sorry. This does give an insane amount of, yeah, you can copy my homework, just change it a little bit so the teacher doesn't notice. And you went, okay, yeah, I'll put Gumdrop Poisoner in. I'll look for all the EDH Rec combos. I'll look for all of the best cards in black. Let me just drop a Stone Cold Draft Rare in here. That'll throw him off my trail. Nobody'll know. Wow, what a fucking amazingly high-powered deck. Never mind, Bowmasters is here. Alright, I play Midnight Reaper. Stone Cold Dumbass. Stone Cold Dumbass. Yeah, I'll just set up Massacre Girl. Does this go... Does it go positive next turn? Not yet. To play this, do I care about... I mean, I super don't care about Skittles, right? I think I get Dread Horde Invasion just to do it. And then on someone else's turn, Bowmasters, I ping them with Wither. I probably draw a card for it. That's actually kind of sick. I like this one. So we are capable of picking cool cards. We are capable of choosing one thing that is not every Aristocrats deck ever. Yes! Yes! There's hope for you yet. Anyway, I cast this and it nombos with my fucking commander because it doesn't do damage. Child. I reanimate nothing from my graveyard because I have put this in apropos of nothing. I pass my turn in shame. Come, Dragig. Cope for me. Cope for me. I'm waiting. Explain this shit to me, Dragon. Why is Skittles here anyway? Infect. I don't think you get it, Tempest. Our commander cares about Wither, which is -1/-1, and Skittles does Infect, which is -1/-1. It is a match made in literal heaven, unlike every other part of this fucking deck. Man, who's that one NBA player who was supposed to be like the next big thing and then he got way too fat? This is what that deck feels like to me. It feels like we have bracket 4 aristocrats deck also. I think he's cute. Zion, yeah, this is a Zion ass deck. You have all the pieces necessary. You have all the pieces necessary to be successful like Zion fucking Williams. And then you're just there on the couch slamming gumdrop poisoners and butcher ghouls, you fucking baby. Of course Adnaz is here. I'm sorry. I defy any of you to name a good black card we're not about to find in this deck. With what payoff? Butcher Ghoul! Are you not listening? Do you not understand the vision? We're doing -1/-1 counters. And so, when we add Nas to fucking defile, I guess, we can defile Butcher Ghoul, and then he will come back. It's simple. It's simple, you child. This is insane. This is what that's calling the week? Oh, Bolas is in here. Yeah, don't worry. Bolas' Citadel's in here. Citadel's right there. Witch's Oven, right there. I can't get the image of like the entire play experience of this deck appears to be you spend a few turns setting up, you draw 70 cards, and then you go, I just don't really have anything to do. I'm gonna pass. Fuck! Somebody stop her! She's running away with the game! She can't keep getting away. Why is Bitter? I'm chill, bro. I'm chill as. I'm hanging out. I'm doing good. Doing good, I'm doing fine. You are a whole idiot. You're a whole idiot. We need token fodder because this is a thinly veiled aristocrat combo deck. This is just an aristocrat combo deck that wants to spend an inordinate amount of time kicking people in the nuts, which kind of makes it cool again now that I say it like that, but I still don't fuck with you. Yeah, we do have a reason for the snow swamps. We have the snow swamps so that we can do blood on the snow and bring stuff back. I'm genuinely amazed we don't have Saw and wait a minute. You have every good mono black card ever printed. What compelled you to skip Hoarding Broodlord Saw in half? I really want to dig into your psyche right here. What made you go, Flowmasters? Need those. Shieldred? Gotta have it. Lich's Mastery? Of course. Grey Merchant? How could I skip it? Sephiroth? You know it. You're not gonna like this answer, Malt, if you say because I did not own a copy of Hoarding Broodlord. I don't! This is why you don't let people build from collection. Because for every instance of Hoarding Broodlord and Saw in half that you are spared from, You are subjected to somebody who thinks it's then appropriate to play all this bullshit because they do own it! Oh my god. Oh my god, we couldn't possibly play Catan. I don't own it. I'll have to just hit you in the nutsack with this baseball bat with nails in it that I just happen to have in my garage. You fuck ass. I do own Catan, actually. You're banned. Thank you for the money. Leave my presence. Thank you for the money. Get the fuck out of my sight. Insane. We have an $80 Phyrexian language copy of Shieldred, and we can't scrabble together. But we don't have a spare $5 for the fucking tutor combo. Oh, you know what? Nah, you're probably too broke for this. Actual shout. Maha is what the deck wants, right? Maha's everything your deck wants. You're trying to kick people in the nuts. You're trying to make people die with low toughnesses. You have token fodder. This now turns all of your 1/1 token fodders into... Maha is cool, but I never had problems killing things with X effects. I don't think it would... The point would not be to make it easier to kill stuff with X effects. The point would be that, like, Bitter Blossom and Bitter Bloom Bearer now create trades where they wouldn't create one-for-one trades, where they previously would not create one-for-one trades. I guess if nobody's beating you to death quickly, it's just not a consideration that matters. Like, if you have enough removal and people don't have removal for your setup pieces and you're just never getting punched, doesn't matter. But if you are getting punched, it turns... Like Nest of Scarabs, now every Nest of Scarabs token is a death touch blocker, effectively. Wait, does Dragic play in a pod with no combat damage? No, they play in a pod with a terrorist. They play in a pod with a soulless devil who has 20 pieces of -X removal. There's some poor stupid son of a bitch that's so excited about the Blore deck they just built, and they're gonna bring it into Dragig's pod, and they're gonna know hatred for the first time in their life. I'm shocked there's no Grave Pact. I think they just have... I think the removal situation is just tied up. I firmly believe that if Dragig had ever experienced a single situation in which a creature was able to pressure her, there would be 10 more board wipes in the deck instantly. Oh, true. They don't own one. Never mind. They never pulled one. Yeah, it's $33. How would they ever find one? Oh, we got a turn 1 Soul Ring. I play Scepter of Eternal Glory. I can't even tap it for 3 mana because not enough lands have entered yet. Holy shit. Alright. Turn 3 Grave Type. Such a shitty... This is somehow the shittiest and most awesome turn 3 play you could ever make in a bracket 4 game. Yeah. The most aggressive mana open you've ever seen in your life? Draft rare, baby. Draft rares. Why is it in here? Because we're dumb. Because we are dumb and churlish. And we are petulant. But we're making 2/2/2s. Get with the fucking vision. Next turn. If somebody kills Grave Titan, we can reanimate them. Massacre Girl. Soul Ring. Bitter Blossom. Use the floating mana to dismember somebody. We draw a card. Grave Titan goes to work. Crypt Ghast. Massacre Worm. I probably draw like 2 cards for this. I have no creature cards in my graveyard. Grave Titan just keeps fucking bombing people. How does this deck win? Grave Titan's kicking your shit in, sir. So I don't know if you have seen this, but the actual the reason I am not calling out this deck for being totally unable to win is if anybody has seen Veggie's mono black Sephiroth CEDH deck. I hate to give this deck a single fucking flower. It gives me a migraine to do it. But Veggie has a mono black CEDH deck that does not combo off. But what it does do is it casts a bunch of fucking removal and takes advantage of the fact that high power players lie about how many creatures they need. That is the number one lie every bracket 4 and every CEDH player says on a regular basis is they're like, oh, we're CEDH. We went on the stack. We don't need creatures. Almost all of their wins are enabled by some dinky little dipshit that they don't want removed. Whether it's like their Timna that's drawing them enough cards to even go for it in the first place. They barely build boards, correct. There are not many creatures, but they do build boards, and the board they build does matter. And if you are regularly dismantling everything that they build, you will slow games down long enough for dumbass cards like Grave Titan to become terrifyingly relevant. Yeah, exactly. You kick down the sandcastle they've built. So I can unfortunately see this deck winning off a turn 3 Grave Titan. Because you know what? You know what bracket 4 doesn't have? Good blocks on a bunch of 2/2s. You know what bracket 4? You know what bracket 4 does? You know what the Rogside player doesn't have? They don't have a way to deal with 8 2/2s coming at them. They're getting eaten alive. Like, see, like bracket 4, and to a lesser extent CEDH is a bunch of people in a military compound executing drone strikes. And decks like this, mono black fuck you decks, are like an army of 5-year-olds that has been snuck onto the base with tiny little knives. They're like, oh, they're an adult. They're trained in the military. They have access to like all these big firearms. But the 5-year-olds are behind them already. And they've got the knives. And they're evil. So I regrettably believe in this deck's ability to get wins as much as I fucking hate it. You are not defeating the slop allegations. You are like you are Starbucks using liquid sugar instead of hard sugar to make it mix better into the frappes. That's how deep in the slop you are. But the slop is tasty. That sounded like a German 985 bit. The hair's working. The hair's working. First we take their hairline, then we take their personality. Slop squared! The slop is so good, though. This is you. This is the deck. We can't be beefing with what we are. We have to accept it. You gotta love yourself. And you are a pig, chest deep in slop. Dragging, it pains me to say it. Your ramp situation is crispy. Your ramp situation is fucking perfect. You have 34 lands. You have 15 other ways to create mana advantage. That's half your deck that's just giving you gasoline. And it's the right type of gas, too. I fucking hate to say it. So, you do deserve an upgrade. You are no longer lying. The deck is effective. You got your land count right, even though it's low. We've proven you can go toe-to-toe with the high-power decks. So we're going to move you all the way up to being a bitch that I hate. Goodbye. We're moving on. I'm hitting the ad break. And then we're going to see what the fuck Null Zone has in store for us. If you put bacon and lobster in a blender, you still have bacon and lobster. Talon, you should be jailed for that statement. You are not wrong, but you should be jailed for that statement. Okay, let me move all these. Oh my god, dragging. Don't worry, guys. The good cards you didn't see are in my other slop deck. It's in the other bucket. I got my Monday bucket and my Tuesday bucket. You guys can't get mad at me for not having the right stuff in my Monday bucket. Yo, what is that wig? It's that wig. Bloopy full. Thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse. All right, we're doing the manual ad break on YouTube too. I have to go use the bathroom. I will be back in a moment, and then we will do Null Zone. Kitsune Cow, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse. No way someone is this unaware of how sloppy their deck is. So the defense I can see, hold on. I've seen this meme on Instagram a few times. We'll see if I can find it. Yeah, it's this. It's this trend. That's why it's not slop. Be right back. Okay. I'm back. We're good to go. Have I missed any redeems? I don't think so. We might not have done Hippo Boys Smasher Pass. Let me make sure I hit that. Skip. That is a box. That might even be the Hellraiser box. I am sticking nothing inside that. Okay, Null Zone. We ready to go? Carrot thank you for the drink water. I already did that shit, though. It's a stasis chamber. Nothing happens. Maybe for you. All right, Null Zone. has sent in a spooky deck. Bracket 2, play everything at instant speed and use Sonic's trigger to make the spell on a stick creatures relevant. Okay, I can fuck with Sonic, metaphorically. Probably. Stepping on Lego for fun and profit. For people who miss their moms yelling at them to clean their room as a kid. Let's see what we've got. Slop! Sorry. It's not slop. It has haste. This is now a good synergy piece. We have 3 5-mana spells and 4 lands. We're going to give you a very sympathetic mulligan. Okay. We can work with this. Don't know if we're beating the slop allegations, but we can keep working with this. So turn 1, nothing. Turn 2. You have beaten the slop allegations. You have not beaten the dumbass allegations. So we're going to get Katara down. And we're going to go land. I think I do Fairy Mastermind on somebody's turn. So I get an experience counter. I'll track that with the colorless mana. On someone else's turn, I Swords to Plowshares, like whoever ramped, get another experience counter. I control legendary creature. I play Sanic. I swing Sanic. I get a counter on these 2 guys. I don't on Katara. I'm going to draw 2. I have to discard 1. Fuck this idiot. On my next turn, get my land drop. I can see why you like the deck. I will give you that. Because now I'm in the position of... I do not feel very safe swinging this 1/3, though. So I think I may just not swing her. Fuzzbutt, thank you so much for the raid. And Brave Little Toaster, thank you for the raid as well. I'm sorry I missed that right when you did it. Oh, I really want to plan my opponent's turns. Fuck you. Anyway, okay. So I swing these 2. I get counters on them. Oh. Yeah. I get counters on them. I pass my turn because I'm a good boy. I play Wave Break Hippocamp, getting an experience counter. I play Brineborn Cutthroat, getting an experience counter. And drawing a card. Alright, a little bit of fun. I play my land. I Loker genuinely concede. Oh, Wave Break doesn't have flash. So then I play, then I'm down 1 experience counter. So I just play this main phase 2. And then I think I scoop. Houdini, thank you for the prime sub. Welcome back to the dog home. Nobody tell him. I could play Knuckles. I don't really love playing Knuckles here. Ooh. Okay, so what we're doing is we're doing a very good job of giving Lego obsessed child. Draw it out. Okay, so Biggie J Man, try draw 3. Try I swing my 1/3. I send my 1/3 to death to draw 3 cards. There's a world where we swing Katara out to die, but I feel like it's the world where we have more experience counters than we currently do. And so I think the thing I'm mainly concerned with is I have one guy who can build my board, but he builds my board excruciatingly slowly. Right? We can't be moving. I don't even think we can be moving through a bracket 2 game, putting 1/1/1/1 counter on a subset of bad creatures once a turn. The green players are putting 2/1/1 counters on everything just because they fucking breathed. Schluck, I believe so. I think we could solve it a couple of ways, and maybe they have stuff in the deck that we're just not drawing, but it feels like I definitely have one person I could swing at with Sonic, and this has flying. So like I'm also pretty clear to get through with this. But I'm starting to get really worried about the crackback from other people. So I think maybe I flash this in after I swing, or before the attack trigger resolves, so that it gets a counter. I draw 2 cards, and then on someone else's turn, I can drop Cathar Commando for the experience counter and to get this guy a little bigger. That'll win us the game. So it's possible. I think you are just a synergy brain dumbass. But if we can get to, okay, it's possible. Yeah, and then there's not just activate Fairy Mastermind twice. Good point, Spike. Thank you for seeing that line. I apologize for that. So we're going to draw a card. And then we will be out of mana, and then we will scoop. Holy moly. Oh, he's bad. Oh, he is bad. Okay, so let's think about this. Because I feel like I'm dealing with a middle schooler who has a cool new t-shirt that they really like, and I know as an adult that it's gonna get them beaten up at school. Right, I know, Alms! I know, we love him, but really, right. So how do we get you not shoved into a locker? I think that's my main priority, because we have some incredibly good flashcards, right? Like Cathar Commander was acceptable. That's dog shit. Aven Interrupter is acceptable. And then we have some creatures with haste that are acceptable. And then we have a lot more where we've gotten a little kooky style with it. So I think what I'm going to do for you, and I'm going to do this from a place of love, is I'm going to tell you which of these cards with flash and haste I think are head up your own ass dog shit, and which are a little bit cute. We don't want a flash enabler. We want things that have innate flash on them because that's what's going to work with Sonic's thing. And then, once we have decided, okay, which of our flash cards and which of our haste cards just fucking suck, what can we turn into something that will support this plan in a cool way instead of a me getting beaten up at recess way? Cut this shit. Is this still an accurate? Yes. Mango, put the goddamn victory chimes in here. Put the goddamn victory chimes in here right now, Mango. Time out. Stop. Drop. Cut the bullshit. Okay? No. No. If you... Oh, baby girl. Alright. Kitten sub. Hold on, real quick. We look cute. Hi, baby girl. What are you doing? What are you doing? Hi, baby girl. Hi, baby girl. Okay. So let's talk about why I hate victory chimes. I do not think your deck can skate on just getting one extra colorless mana on people's turns when you are so heavily gated by things you want to do in main phase 2. We saw it in the last playtest, where our big engines... Where the fuck is he? So we have value engines, like Wave Break Hippocamp, or we have value engines... Do we have other value engines? Please tell me you do. Like Katara, and the overall... No! You want to be playing with victory chimes. You got to be down here, brother. You got to be down here. Okay? You're playing middle school basketball. You got to lower that fucking rim. I don't know what the fuck is happening. Amulet of Vigor is for the treasures. I think there's something cute there. But if your curve is going to be this aggressive on like 3 and 4 drops, I think you will have a better time creating the mana to do stuff if you do like if you spent a turn to set up with Thrawn Dynamo versus spending a turn to set up with Victory Charms. Because like Thrawn Dynamo and Victory Charms demand almost the same amount of investment. If this was a 2-mana rock, I would actually be rocking with you. But because it's like 3 mana or 4 mana, this is both I'm sacrificing a turn in the early game or I'm sacrificing a meaningful turn in the mid game. Thrawn Dynamo lets you potentially double spell on your turn way better and provides you the exact same amount of mana to use on other people's turns. So I would be going for like, how do I get big? I'm either playing a 2-mana rock or I'm getting big money. Those are my options. I don't really like the idea of playing for a tempo game plan when our primary tempo is 3 mana and our 4 mana is nearly tied with our 2 mana slots. That sounds to me a lot like, okay, I'm going to go to your turn. I'm going to untap this mana rock, and I'm going to be missing 2. I only have half the mana I need to cast this motherfucker. So anyway. So we dead on that shit. I love these mana rocks. I respect and understand Caltrops. Bender's Waterskin, I'm a little more with because it does help pip problems. You will have pip problems. Every tempo player in the world has a pip problem. It's like being over 45 and having erectile dysfunction. It just occurs. So what is in our flash and haste section that sucks booty? The fuck is Caltrops doing? It's making us 1 million treasures. I hope that helps. It is printing Bitcoin. This guy sucks unless you have a wheels player in your group. If this is meta hate, sure. If it's not meta specific hate, kill this motherfucker. This is bad. I want to let you have it, but this is bad. Oh, this is really bad. Oh, I do not like this. I do not like this because we have so many idiots who just die if we've not gotten multiple turns of counters on our guys. Like, she is fine as hell. She is fine as hell, but I see so many. I'm opening my third eye. I see so many realities in which you play nothing else to flash in Archangel Avacyn. And then something happens on the next turn, and she transforms on upkeep and fucking shoots Katara in the head. Or it's like we've only gotten 2 counters on Masako the Humorless, and she gets shot in the head. Like, so many of our stat lines are so booty ass. I think there are a lot of timelines where this is just us sticking a fucking pipe into our own bike wheels. All right, Ogma's fine. There's almost certainly just a better card we could play, but I think he's fine. Very good. Very good. Very good. You are a dumbass, but I'm going to try to let you rock. Very good. Well, I actually don't know anymore. I think Cathar Commander is very good when we're trying to bring stuff back. But if it's like I'm playing them primarily for flash, and then I guess I could give up, like my attacker situation's already bad. So I would put this into maybe we can make it work. I would be looking for something better. This is great. This is great. This is great. This is not great, but is unfortunately quite playable. Schluck, that's what I'm worried about. We love Cathar Commando when we can weekend at Bernie's her. We do not love Cathar Commando when she is just an honest infantry soldier. MLP says a close friend of mine recently confided in me about her past relationship being hella abusive, and this thing makes you look just like her ex. Also, what up, Maul? What up, MLP? Box Fresh Con, not right now, because we're doing somebody else's deck review. All right, good card, unfortunately. Good card, unfortunately. Good card, unfortunately. Dog shit card, but he has to be in the deck. IMO dog shit card, I think the more you try to focus on both halves of Sonic's text box, the worse off you are going to be. I think if there are just layup good cards that also happen to trigger your commander, hell yeah. This little dumbass, right? He's dying to his own trigger. If we want to use him to make meaningful amounts of damage, we have to have multiple treasures already. Dragig, yes, he does. His first trick is to put a shotgun up his ass and pull the trigger. Now, if you have like a big indestructible board, what you can do with him that is cool is you can go, I sack 5 treasures to do this 5 times. And then after the first resolves, he's gone. Butthole exploded, blown smooth off. But you'll still have the 5 damage triggers go through, and then you can potentially turn 5 treasures into 20 if you have the treasure set up. I don't know that that's important enough to have such a fucking awful card. This guy's great. This guy's great, assuming she has been errated to be affected. Yeah, she's errated to have flash, so this guy's great too. Bad, but I love him. Great. Bad, but I can understand. Bad for the deck, but I can understand why. To be fair, it's a win con because of Knuckles. Shut your ass up right now, old head. Stop helping. Because I'm feeling that a little bit, and I don't want to be. I'm considering it actively. And like, we can't. Knuckles is already the weak link. We can't be playing around Knuckles like this. We can't go, oh yeah, wait, this shitty card that like might board wipe us, but if we're in Magical Christmas Land, might make us a little bit of money that we could have made with a different card. It wins with this other bad card. So yeah, I think you could, depending on how high variance you want the deck to be, there will be a situation where this cooks the table in half. But if you want the deck to be better, this is one of the more reliable is the term I should use. This is one of the first things I would put on the cutting board because he sucks ass alone. Oh right, and then Facebreaker. This is weird to me because this is like ubiquitous Jeskai good card. I think this is almost the inverse situation, but I would still cut him. Because I think your main power, as I understand it, is getting into a situation where swinging is bad for you. It seems like we don't ramp crazy consistently. Like we have ramp, but because a lot of our artifacts are at 3 mana, we are not going to be dropping Sonic ahead of curve very often. Which means our plan for putting power on board is on turn 4 and after I'm going to put 1/1/1 counter on my whole board once a turn. That is like anemic green player levels of building up your board state, which is not the end of the world, but it does mean that our support stuff probably shouldn't be playing into treasures. It should be playing into how do we make that board state not suck for me. There are so many haste enablers in red, though. If you give Krark Clan Shaman haste and get a single counter on him, then he's printing money every turn. Okay, hold on. Alioni, I think I understand that combo line. Let me just get a quick visualizer for it. Because I'm picking up what you're putting down when it comes to like Yeah, because we could get Krark Clan Shaman, and then if we just had like Crashing Drawbridge or something like Mass Hysteria, and then we just put like Luminarch Aspirant in the deck too, then we could turn one treasure into three. Yeah, I'm getting it. Fucking idiot. Idiot. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So it's again a variance thing. I think it's a very cute. It is a cute pseudo combo package, but it is a pseudo combo package, and it is not a good card for the 99 as a whole. I mean, I'm really just advocating to changing the deck to be around the second line of Sonic rather than the first. I don't think we should do that. I think that's too complete of a rebuild. You don't put Alms Collector in a deck because you don't want to care about flashing people. The way we've built the deck so far seems to want to deeply, deeply care about being able to make shitty creatures with flash feel good in this deck. So that's what I'm gearing. That's what I'm gearing all this feedback to. Anyway, so let's keep going on who's terrible. I do not like Facebreaker for the Flash Haste plan. The second line makes the bad attacks work because I can block. So let's talk about what lying is. So we're gonna make sure that you buy this book. Okay? This is gonna be very helpful for you. Like it softens the blow of the bad attacks, but when I say bad attacks, I don't mean, oh my god, this didn't do enough damage to win. At least I got some money out of it. That's actually a quite good attack. The bad attack I'm talking about is at the tables I play at, if I swung many of your board states, I would be swinging them to their death. And then I go, okay, I got a little bit of money and my whole family's dead. That's a bad attack. That's what I'm worried about. If you can swing this deck as is, ain't no fucking problems. Right, again, is Facebreaker a good card? Yes, it's difficult to argue against this card in any red deck. The only bit I am arguing for right now is this deck looks a little bit like Clavicular. Got a lot of meth. Hold on. Takes a lot of meth. Takes a lot of steroids. Doesn't actually get that strong. Does look like he could get his ass beat very, very easily. That's what I'm worried about. And so when I'm talking about Facebreaker is not the best choice for this deck, I'm talking about what you need probably is not additional treasure generation or an additional benefit for having your creatures connect. It is, we need more things that are going to make our creatures connect, and we need more things that are going to make our creatures survive combat. Anyway, dog shit. Shut the fuck up. This is awesome. Hell yeah. This is awesome. Awesome. So fucking bad. So fucking incredibly bad. God, it's a terrible card. That's you keep him. You keep him. You cut Professional Facebreaker and you keep this little rat. But man, is that a bad card. Man, is that shitty. So this is what I mean when I say we have to pick heroes. These are the shitty, terrible cards that we should be making the heroes of the deck. We don't want Facebreaker to be the hero of the deck. I don't even particularly want Krark Clan Shaman to be the hero of the deck. I want people to be pulling their hair out because they cannot find a way to remove a 3/4 Taunting Kobold. That sounds excellent to me. That sounds fucking excellent to me. I think Rescuer's fine. Thundering Raiju definitely get a little crazy, actually. Definitely get a little crazy. Vexilus is good. I have tried to play with effects like this, and it has never been... The version I played with only lets you reselect one, so I think that actually makes it a lot better. I'll try to let you cook with this. But the rest are the ones I don't like. We are missing some very basic, good Jeskai card draw options. I mean, you have blue, so you really don't have to do anything crazy. But you're missing Lorien Revealed. I know we don't love that one because it is sorcery speed, but it does just take a land slot. So cut a land to run Lorien Revealed. We are missing Secret Rendezvous, which is an old fucking standby. You could run the creature version, but we don't care about First Strike. We care about Flash and Haste. So what we want... They're a creature with Flash or Haste that gives an extra combat. This pays for it. Iamura's Hasten does it. We have Aurelia already. These are not in our colors. Okay. Is there anything with Flash that does it? No. Ooh. Angst with Savior is in the deck, yes. Thancred Waters would be okay. I'm worried about adding a 5-drop into this deck without cutting a different 5-drop. But I think Thancred's okay. I think Lauren of the Third Path is a very, very good shout. Oh, but it's not Flash. I don't know why I thought she had Flash. Hold on. Let's look here. Okay, if we wanted to be freaks, what would we do? Blood Pits Drown are kind of crazy. I really like Vigilant Creatures here, because then our +1/+1 counter plan both allows us to swing, and we get to hold up blockers pretty quickly. I hate Spell Queller. Holy fuck. Oh, Sigrid's evil. How the fuck have I never seen... I think this is... Holy shit, I think this is hot in the deck. First Strike is such a devastating key. Like, okay, you're gonna be like, oh my god, at Nanbo's is with me making treasures. What have you made W's? Forget making money, win the game! You're trying to out-econ people when you should be putting a Bowie knife in their chest. I kind of fuck with Spider-Woman's Secret Agent. Because again, I think it's... what I'm also trying to do is I'm trying to come up with creatures that are going to motivate people to use targeted removal on not your commander. Because your commander is central to you building up your counter board state. So the situation I want us to be in is we always want to have our commander ready to swing, and we want to spend our mana on setup stuff and not on recasting our commander. So we want to play really annoying shit, like Sigrid and Spider-Woman's Secret Agent, who notably blocks like a motherfucker. Like 1/4, 2/5, 3/6, 4/7. Like you are not getting through her ass. Even though I will try. And that is what will allow you to then shit out a bunch of treasures. This card is crazy awful. Holy shit. Holy shit, please try this. Please try this. I beg you. I am begging you. Please give this a shot. Please make this card function for even a moment. Reach towards the mountaintop for me, Null Zone. Oh, it's 6 mana. That's so bad. But it's a flyer! But these are the types of guys I would be on. I would be on I would not be on things like Alms Collector. I would be on things that have flash and are removal or are evasive, because those are then going to work really, really well with Enduring Curiosity. Those are going to be able to swing and live while we have Sonic. So you could even maybe replace Brineborn Cutthroat. Oh, this is hot. Yes. Yes. What is the most crucial cornerstone of Sonic the Hedgehog's personality? He is a bitch. That is what we have been missing. We have been trying to do reasonable, economical things. We can't do that. We need to be bitchy. I think Smog's crazy style here, actually. Well, here's the problem. Smog the Magnificent is crazy style in every red deck. Every bracket 2, bracket 3 red deck, Smaug is fucking crazy style. It's very, very good. So you should be playing it in this deck, yes. And like everybody should. So it's not the special sauce. But yeah, I would definitely have this in the deck. So here we have like a whole outlay of different flash creatures that can replace the worst ones. God, this would be so bad. I can't even. I've tried to play cards like this. They don't work. Now it is 17 cents, so you could test it for very little downside. If you really want to push people's shit in with draft commons, can you just like imagine the mental torture you would be putting people through if you were like, yeah, I'm gonna swing a 2/5. Do you want to block? Oh no. It's David Harbour! And then you just get an air horn and go, blah. But I would have, as much as I could, I would have the creature that has flash or the creature that has haste have removal stapled to it so that I could drag the game down to my level. Because this is a terrible, shitty plan. And terrible, shitty plans are my favorite thing in Magic. But when you have a terrible, shitty plan, what you have to be ready to do is spork people in the back of the knee so that they can't get their good plan off the ground in time to fuck you up. Would Glowin help? You know, with all the legendaries I'm recommending, I could see, if I were to say something insane, Glowin is better for the deck than Facebreaker. I think that's a generally true statement. What would Ninja Jesus do? Thank you very much for the Twitch follow. But I think this would be better at solving the problem we have, which is, oh, the biggest creature on the board is going to beat the fuck out of me or kill my creature, and now we can goat it. So Sonic's ability doesn't work if a generic creature gets haste from an anger effect. I think that does work. What we don't want to do is like Vedalken Orrery. Because we want something that gives the keyword. So I think anger works, but we're not doing anger in this deck because we don't have a good way to get it into the graveyard. So I think we play all these crazy dipshits. You replace victory chimes with something good. Boy, I really don't like Sphinx's Revelation. I really don't believe in you having the mana for this. I guess you're hoping to have 1 million treasures, but all I'm seeing is all the timelines where you are a broke bitch with 4 mana. Yeesh. I believe in Sphinx Rev for like a ramp control deck. What's the blue spirit? Oh, I think he's too expensive. Manifold Insights would get, I mean, it would get us the 3 worst cards out of our top 10. I feel like this is an angle where we would rather just play, uh, Secret Rendezvous, or we would rather just play another thing like Consult the Star Charts. Like, if we really want to be all in on the instant speed gameplay, then we probably want to be playing things like Impulse. That was bad brainstorm, that was. Yeah, motherfucker showed us Migraine. So, like, I would put Selund... Ooh, Tapland, no, bad, no, demon, kill it. I think you had Dig Through Time. You could do Factor Fiction, you could do Memory Deluge, but I would be doing, like, Supreme Will type effects. Very, very good interaction for you. You want to confound motherfuckers with a riddle. You want to hit them with this fucking, I don't know, Bolas shock baton. You want to confusticate and bebother them. You want to have spells you can hold in your greedy little hands, and then you're like, oh, it wasn't good for me to spend this mana on my creature right now. Well, maybe I also have interaction. Maybe I also have ways to get deeper in my deck. Supreme is the worst of the 3 I just showed you. If you are even kind of considering Supreme Will, play Confusticate and Bebother and play Confounding Riddle over both of those cards. But that will also help your card draw section. Oh yeah, 3 steps ahead, also very good. I worry a little bit about double blue. 3 mana instants? Yeah, we're trying to play on other people's turns. We want more options that will let us play on other people's turns. Now you can trend towards 2 mana instants to try to keep the curve as low as possible. Because then what you'll be able to do, too much mana to sink, I mean, yeah, that's the other angle I'm about to talk about here. You could verge towards the 2 mana versions, because the 2 mana versions, you can probably do the impulse, do the card you've looked for, right? If you're on 5, you can impulse Masako to hand, drop Masako. Or if we just look at what our curve is right now, if we're on like 5 or 6 mana, a 2 mana instant always gives us access to the next layer of good card we could flash in. Oh yeah, it's hard to argue against Frantic Search here. What's King T'Challa do? Yeah, you gotta play this motherfucker. You gotta play this motherfucker. Thank you for coming by, Squirrel. It's cast at A.G. Taylor. We're trying to do flash and haste creatures. We have Fear of Imposters. So we have all these, like, we have more cool flash creatures than you can put in the deck. We have card draw options. I kind of think you need a little baby board wipe. This is not Flash. I'm a little... Maybe it'll be okay with all the removal I've recommended for you. But I do worry about our interaction section. But maybe if you don't cut any of the interaction you already do have and you put in all this new interaction, then it will be good enough. We do have Pyrohemia. Brazen Borrower is not in there. I think you could put Brazen Borrower on there, but specifically in low bracket games, I hate bounce removal. The lower your bracket, the worse bouncing stuff is. Because what ends up happening is you get into a situation where, oh, I've delayed you by a turn, but the game's going to go 10 turns anyway, and so delaying you by a turn doesn't fucking matter. I do think Split Up is pretty cool here, yeah. I agree with Jaru, because then we can do Split Up for 3 mana, and maybe have 2 or 3 mana on other people's turns to do an instant, cast a creature with Flash, etc., etc. I had more board wipes in a previous build, and it felt like it never got me ahead enough. So maybe we have to try only the really cheap ones, like Split Up. You should play Winds of Abandon. These X-Spells got to get the fuck up out my face. So we don't have to go heavy on board wipes, but I think we have to go for ones that fit within the curve you are trying to play. Because we are trying to just, like, spam out 2 and 3 mana spells without running out of cards in hand, and without being overwhelmed by the board. So I think Split Up could work, and I think Winds of Abandon could work. We have Aven Interrupter. Mace Wit, thank you for the 1 year at Prime. Welcome back to the dog home. I think Wave Goodbye might be too expensive. Maybe this could be our most expensive one. But then I think we're good from there. I like this idea. I think your only problem is looking like Clavicular. And the moment you fix that, super believe in the deck. So Nullzone, thank you very much for submitting. We're going to go to the manual ad break, and then it's going to be time for Elec Man. I will see you all in just a minute. Yeah, Ninja Jesus, I think Aether Spouts is definitely going to be too expensive. We really, like... It could be good, but Aether Spouts is telling us I have to decide between casting just this or casting everything else in my hand, and I think we want more things that fit into this, like, continuous chain of, okay, I cast fuckery, I cast fuckery, I cast shittery, I cast fuckery. Rather than, ah, man, do I want to pay 5 mana to fuck this guy over? Oh yeah, if you get board wiped, hold on. If you get board wiped, make some eagles come. Anyway, Joey Bug, thank you for the 18 months with Prime. Welcome back to the dog home. Okay, I'm gonna go get water and an Uncrustable, and then I'll be right back. Elec Man, please sound off that you are good to go. Zachary, thank you very much for gifting 5 memberships on YouTube. Welcome to Dog Heaven, my friend. Okay, I am barely, so take your time. Lulu, thank you for the 5 Real super chat. Mauled, I'm building a Smaug worm deck, and my friend is questioning why I put the 2 paradigm spells. Could you enlighten them as to why they're good? The black one and the red ones, I don't think I know how to help somebody who can't understand why these spells are good. What if, okay, if you're Lulu's friend, draw card beginning of turn, good. Yes? Imagine draw 1 extra card. Wow. Many good. Imagine draw 2 extra card. Much wow. 3 times as good as current life. What's the next one? So, when me cast spell, good. Yes. Commanders, spell. Synergies, spell. Roaming throne, spell. Free cast spell, many good. Problem, what if cast little spell? Little spell, bad. Little spell, no make happy. What if only free cast big spell? Only free cast roaming throne or better? Many good. Dumbass. Mysterious Mr. MR, thank you for the tier 1 sub for the 13th month in a row. Welcome back to the dog home. And yes, we have a lot of extra hair today. Many free, many good. It's 5 mana though. That really only... it being 5 mana really only knocks down the black paradigm if you're talking about like bracket 4 gameplay. You know? In bracket 3, most decks have time to spend 5 mana to not win at least 1 point during the game. And if I'm going to spend 5 mana to not win, I would love it to be an emblem that lets me draw 3 cards every turn. That feels very, very good. That feels very, very good compared to a lot of other things you might spend 5 mana on to not win the game with. The commander does compete with DD because they're both 5 mana. I think that's fine. I think a point of nuance that I should have elaborated more on when I talked about not having things that compete with your commander is it's more about not having too many things that only make sense to play at the same part of the game. This is 5 mana, your commander's 5 mana. This, however, is better and better to play with even more mana available because that makes it more likely that you can then follow up with one of the spells you drew. So this to me is not... So I was told by a friend if I gift, you'll rate my deck. That's not true. That's not true. We're pull up the Rose command for this fool. We will refund those gifts however we need to, if necessary. These are pre-sold on Sundays. You can get one immediately by sending me a gift, but that is a small gift of $500 on the spot. It's very expensive. I don't expect people to pay for that often, if ever. But anyway, so like your commander being 3 mana does not mean, oh, every 3 CMC spell is bad, but it means, at least in my decks, I'm going to be very critical of other things that I also want to play on the same turn, that I would want to play on the same turn that I would want to play my commander. Crimson, thank you for the Prime sub for the 8th month in a row. Welcome back to the dog home. Yeah, sometimes you don't want to play your commander on curve, like Treasure Vault is saying. Most of my decks are not like that. Almost all of my decks, I want to play my commander just as soon as I can and then start doing stuff with them. But yeah, it's more about, do you know what turn you want to play your commander? And if you do, how much stuff in the deck competes with doing that? You should have very little, unless it's extremely good. Oh my god, I thought you had to pay 5 mana every time you copied the paradigm spells. I feel dizzy. Ranker Clot's out here on YouTube like, how the fuck is this a $5 card? This is... These are dog shit. Who would want to cast 2 Night's Whispers every turn? What? These are awful. Yeah, I'm screenshotting this for my shorts editor. Maul, do you think Alliance of Arms is more tempting than Tempt with Vengeance? Yes and no. I think the floor on Alliance of Arms is higher, but I think the ceiling is a lot lower. Because Tempt with Vengeance, you will trick people into like a prisoner's dilemma type thing, where if you are in a near lethal situation and you don't have impact tremors and you're going to have to win by swinging the 1/1s, if the person, like, before you in turn order takes it, you might start going, ah, well, fuck. Now they definitely have enough to kill me. But if I take them, you'll get more, but I'll at least have blockers or, like, sacrifice fodder, or, like, I can try to make it a little bit... I can try to make the situation just plain crazy. That said, I think these are both cards that most people do not give you a lot of leeway on. Like, I think they're bad deals both ways. But I think Tempt with Vengeance, higher potential that you make 40, higher potential you make 4. Schultz'S Stew, thank you for the Bezos bucks for the 2nd month in a row. Welcome back to the dog home. Also, T-Twan, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse. All right, let's grab Alec, man. This is a silly deck. What's this prime? When troubles abound, don't fret and scowl. The cat's here to solve this murder most foul. What? The alley cat in the thinking cap, but it's a Kenrith deck. All right, strike 1. Somebody thought Roxanne. No, I refuse to be poisoned by knowing what this bit is. Prisoner's Dilemma, Mother of Runes, a Clue Synergy. Oh god, another Clue Synergy. A voting card. Oh no, a third Clue Synergy has hit the deck list. We may be in a little bit of trouble. We only have 1 land. Oh, but it's a Surveil land that I drew. Oh! Oh! I will play another Surveil land. Oh my god, 4 lands on top. I've never been so happy. Luke, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse. Okay. So Mother of Runes. We drop a 3rd land. We can't play Kenrith. Fucking... Dude, I don't know. Forensic Gadgeteer? Fucking... We don't have artifacts. Why the fuck are we What? Goated? What are we talking about? Man, I enter the battlefield and I investigate. I pay 1 mana to crack that clue. Wallahi. Oh. Oh no. Okay, so currently, here's the count, guys. We are, what are we maxing? We are vote clue spell maxing. That's what's happening today. Right, no cats in the building. But we have multiple otters. Let's fucking go. Shout out gay rights. We cast our multiple otters. It gives us no visible benefit. We go to our next turn. I'm gonna spit. I'm gonna fucking spit. I enter the scene of the crime, which appears to be Alec's bedroom when they built this deck. This enter's tapped. I can't pay additional white pips, so we're not going to play this. I could play Prisoner's Dilemma. I think I dropped Kenny. I dropped Kenny G. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh man, we are not making it out of the jumpstart queue, but this one. All right, we spar as headquarters. I want to play ongoing investigation, but like, so I play ongoing investigation. I make Kenrith protection from everything, or no, I give Kenrith protection from an important color, and I get to swing him unblockably. This will make a clue. I will crack it for 1 mana. There's something. Clues we control have exalted. If only we had some motherfucking clues! We about to exalt. We about to exalt. I think we got it, actually. We're going to do a cool thing. We are going to officious interrogation. We're going to target ourselves. We're going to deal 2 to everybody. Watch your shit, haters. We deal 2 to everybody. We target ourselves. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 creatures. So we have 6 clues now. Go to my... Where the fuck are the non-lands, bro? I don't think I got my pips right. I'm tapping Serene Sleuth. So I'm going to play Merchant of Truth. So my clues now have exalted. So I'm going to give Kenrith protection again. Kenrith will get +7/+7. He will still fail to deal lethal commander damage, and we will scoop. So what the fuck is going on here? Noir vibes. The things are caught. Are we doing the cat in the hat? The things are unleashed. We're doing the cat in the hat badly. Thing 1, thing 2! Inconfucking-ceivable. Inconfucking-ceivable, my man. Okay. We have actual factual thinking cap. The fish. The fish, but again, we're losing the bit a little bit. Where's the cat? You've made me and my new hair very disappointed, Alec man. We're very disappointed in you right now. The rainstorm. Okay. I guess this is here for... Let me change this so the tag stop getting cut off. I think the point I start to give up on a bracket 1 deck is the point where I begin titling tags, I guess. This is here for the art. Okay. I think, unfortunately, you have to throw out this baby very purposefully with the bathwater. Mainly because I think the gimmick of the deck does not carry from playing the deck. That to me is an arbitrary line that I tend to draw in the sand for my bracket 1 or for my gimmick decks. Look, I had Veggie help with this. They suggested adding it. For Demonic Consultation, I can understand that because a deck like this very much wants tutors. If you are trying to do, I'm doing the cat in the hat, we have to be able to find the cat, and we better be able to find the fucking hat. So, like, yeah, and the art kind of looks Dr. Seussian, but I just don't think it... I do not think the bit carries. I do not think the bit carries through, because, like, you play this, and you're like, yes, this is a cat in a hat. And now, I will do for you the Cat in the Hat movie where he begins selling geodes. I still don't understand the bit. Correct. Yes. That is the problem. Right, she also, like, she doesn't function with clues. We've kind of cobbled together a Frankenstein's monster of a bracket 1 deck where we went like, okay, Cat in the Hat. What am I doing with Cat in the Hat? What's happening with Cat in the Hat? Okay, now I've got my mind right. How am I going to do Cat in the Hat? What's other stuff that happened in Cat in the Hat? Right, I need a hat. Okay, what's the hat care about? Detectives. What do detectives care about? Clues. Give me my draft chaff. Give me my draft chaff right now. Make another reference. Make another reference. Somebody give me a fucking 8-ball. We're going crazy tonight. And I just don't think that's a good deck building method. You see, if there was a cat detective, I'd just use that. Right, so my point is not that you've used the wrong cat, dog. It's that some things shouldn't exist. I'm going to pull up the cursed reference image. Some things, sometimes we're so busy asking if we could that we don't stop and ask if we should. That's what I'm saying. That's a dog mold, not a cat. My bad. And so... The mod, there's a second layer to this bit. Permission to send you a link to the origin. It will be copyright safe to play on stream. I assure you. Sure. Like, I think the... Because we could do... I'm trying to wrap my brain around how you make this deck work. Because there's a way to make it work, but it's not like this. Yeah, this... I sent it to you via Discord. Okay. You can't send me my... We're not watching one of my own roasts back right now. You know what's fucked up? That will actually create a... I'm not watching the whole thing. I filmed it. All right, here. No. I'm granting your wish. We're now watching this whole thing. You should know the bit. This is years old. No sound. Correct! Correct! I'm trying to not get auto-copyright struck. We are sitting in silence while we consider Alec Man's crimes. When was this even? 2 years ago. So is the bit that I make a Cat in the Hat joke in this video? and therefore you had to foist my own failures upon me because my 90-second critique of EDH Rec Kenrith decks did not properly. Hi,
Back.
baby. Did you get it? Nice.
I forgot that my tongue is long, that my piercing. I completely forgot.
Oh, GF hug time. Oh, that's weird.
Getting more beer. Hey, everybody.
Okay. MLP, what did you redeem? What garbage did you try to say to me? Ah. Do you think a we're gonna answer this after Elecman's deck. Oh, the line noir retelling of The Cat in the Hat has lived rent-free in my brain since the day I heard it, and now I must bring this monster into the world. Okay, so we want to do a noir retelling of The Cat in the Hat. Yeah, that's a damn good bit. So I think what we have misunderstood in doing a one-for-one remake of this incredibly specific bit is that we are trying too hard to make every individual card a one-for-one reference, or every individual card necessarily a noir vibe. What I mean by that is like, what is this fucking, like for your, there it is. Like for your card advantage section, this gives noir vibes to me. I think we have defined the bit too narrowly, and too narrowly as in every motherfucker has to have a hat on him. Like poring over tomes late at night by candlelight fits into a noir retelling of something. Like for something to be noir, we want it to be like dark. We want it to be a little bit gritty. We want it to feel a little bit dirty. But if it's going to be a noir retelling of The Cat in the Hat, we have to get to the cat really fucking quickly. Right? We cannot dick around and be like, so what you did, if I could make, I now respect your effort a lot more, and I'm no longer going to call a wellness check on you. But I think what you did is you took the word, hold on. All right, Zach, have a great day. I think this is where the bit is for me right now. All of our focus is, are things noir, are things detective-y, and then we have a very, very small focus. Like we have less than 10 cards that are actual, like, here is the cat, here is the hat, here's thing 1 and thing 2. I actually think Ben Grimm as thing 1 and thing 2 in a noir retelling of Cat in the Hat works really, really well. Because you can be like, here's thing 1, and then he fucking kills you. He breaks your back with a lead pipe. That's great. And so I think first, what we should go through, stuff that is not good enough. Stuff that is not necessary enough to the flavor and not effective enough to achieve the bit we want. Let me go to the top. This guy. We can keep them. Fucking a +1/+1 counter on everything that has a hat. All right. He is unfortunately necessary. Not good enough. Not good enough. I think good enough. I think good enough. We have to have this. We have to have this because it's a second hat. Good enough. If we were not in 5 colors, good enough, but because of the pip situation we got into, not good enough. I think good enough. I think we cut this. I think it fits the flavor. I don't think it does anything for the deck. I think we can keep this. Fucking perfect. I think this is cuttable, but this is on the bubble for me. This is necessary, this is necessary, this is necessary. This is foolhardy, but okay. So Alec, man, like the things do fly a kite in the house. I do not think the kite flying scene is important to capture in the retelling because I don't think people remember it. Like if at any point you have to point at the card and explain the reference, bad reference. Either it should be a reference to something that is so present in the zeitgeist about Cat in the Hat that they're like, "Oh yeah, that's Cat in the Hat," or it just shouldn't be in the deck. We have a cat. We have a cat, Mothman. Don't worry about it. I think Demand Answers is like a fine enough card to have, but it should probably be a tutor instead. I think Aftermath Analyst is fine. A little bit of card velocity. If we get heavier into mulching, do they do yard work in the movie at all? I can't remember. Could be good enough, probably not. I think this is great. I think this is a great card. This is a bad card. This is a bad card. We talked about this one. This is a great card. This is a bad card. This is a bad card. This is an acceptable card. This is a great card. This is a terrible card. This is a terrible card. Oh, I think you try to keep that one for flavor. I was basing it more on the book than anything else, TBH. I think even that considered, like, if you have to pull out the book page to prove the reference, don't make the reference. I think this is one of our only win cons. I think this card's okay. I like this one because you could say it in a gritty detective voice. You can keep this guy. You got to cut this guy. You got to cut this guy for sure. This is another cat, so I would keep it. Great. You know, I think you can keep this one. And then I think you can keep this one too. Sure, sure. You are a freak bitch, Alec, man. You are a freak bitch, and you may be possessed by the devil. Oh, we really want them to have a magnifying glass. If we really want them to have a magnifying glass, you can try to stretch it to fit. Sure. Oh, okay, yeah. All right, I like Deluge of Doom. This is a functional card that we can like just barely fit in with flavor. Oh boy. Okay. I like Asinine Antics. I hate Pandemonium. Our creatures suck mega doo-doo ass. This is very good with thing 1 and thing 2. It is very no good bad with every other card we can play. Okay, I like Homunculus Horde as the thing a lot more than I like Coruscation Mage. Just cut Coruscation Mage. So then with all the stuff I cut, what you want to replace it with is I think just deck access. I think the first step would be replace it all with card velocity and deck access and see if that makes it work at like the bottom of bracket 2. And then the next step would be what can I tweak about the deck access to turn into removal to make it work better in bracket 2. But this should not be a bracket 1 deck, I don't think. I think there's I don't think it should be. The otter was suggested by Veggie because it has offspring and there's a kite in his heart. See, that's because Veggie's a kind man and his kindness leads him to foolishness. Don't listen to him. Or at least I don't think the reference is strong enough to be worth not having the deck do anything because of it. That's my beef with it. So then we have access to I think you could be doing some type of like noir investigation into a satanic cult that has been trying to summon a demon known only as the Cat in the Hat, who is going to destroy the city with a meteor shower. And the moment we start talking about Satanism, we can start talking about Diabolic Tutor. Where are the cases? In the fucking garbage. In the fucking bulk bin. Code Billis, thank you for the 100-bit cheer. Welcome back to the dog pile. There are very few cards I'm married to in this deck. Then I would just start replacing everything with like tutors, with like, oh man, the cops are dredging the lake. We're trying to pull up Jimmy Hoffa's body. Adam, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Welcome to the dog home. Like Grizzly Salvage type beat too. I would just be doing anything I could to work through the deck to find Roxanne. And then how do we make the Cat in the Hat go crazy? The deck does get full domain now, yeah. At this mana value, we would rather just play a tutor. Spider-Man Noir is not in here, and he should be, actually. This would be just good for the deck, and it would be good to have an individual threat that we could just swing at people. Delvagor, thank you for the $5 super chat. Veggie's a kind man. Mauled, you were on the debut of his evil game show, and it got views on me, which is the greatest kindness anybody can provide. So yeah, I kind of want to build this myself now to see if it can be done at bracket 2, but I do think it involves like cutting 40 cards and re-adding cards. I think on a spiritual basis, what we have to do is really, really let go of a lot of the one-off references. The important thing is that we have a cat, and the next important thing is that we have a hat, and the third most important thing is that when the cat is in the hat and on the board, something fucked up and evil happens. Like, those are the three events of the Cat in the Hat. There is a cat with a hat, shit gets crazy. And right now we have kites, we have rain, we have thing 1, we have thing 2, we have the cleaning machine, we have the escape, all of which is very, very cute, but makes more sense as a YouTube video than a like playable presentation. Maybe the cat could just be Valgavoth. I don't know about that one. There's a lot of stuff I will work with you on. I don't know. I'm not a Hundy P on Valgavoth in the hat. Unless we have a way to replace his creature type with cat. And we learn at the end that sometimes it's okay to break the rules as long as it never goes too far. Yeah, so maybe instead of noir, or it can be kind of noir, but if we leaned into like Call of Cthulhu type beat, that might be the better energy. What if the cat was Displacer Kitten and you did a Displacer Kitten combo? Fucking perish. What if I wanted bad things and therefore did bad things? I don't know, man. My family would stop talking to me. Yeah, okay. I'm wrapping my brain around this, and it's actively wrinkling my brain. So what is the thing that gets crazy? I think an easy layup is I break the legend rule. Because if we break... Because number one, a clone game plan allows us to make a lot of these creatures more useful. Right? Like if we're double investigating every turn, if we have double protective pieces, I don't even believe that one as I say it. But if we had like double exalted on our clues, that makes a lot of extreme violence possible. Like I would kind of want to lean into I'm going to have a few really important noir pieces. And then there's going to kind of be like an eldritch horror thing of the cat in the hat is a demonic being. And so we have doppelgangers involved. And the end goal, the way we are like breaking the rules, is we are going to make multiple copies of the Cat in the Hat. And if you have multiple copies of Roxanne, that should make you so much mana that like so much mana and just so many ETBs that you can just really do anything. Like it's just imagination at that point. And that's really not good, but it's at least some kind of workable. So that's what I would say. Because this was my idea that you had, genuine perfect deck. Genuine perfect deck. Maybe tomorrow's stream we will do custom cards and we will try to make that deck work. So I mean, we could also go for multiple cats. Right? We could go for we're also going to have Denry I'm doing tippy taps trying to think about what else we could do. Yeah, like we could have Displacer Kitten would be a good cat. It's a magical cat, so it fits into the Eldritch Horror theme. If it flickers Roxanne, even non-infinitely, Yeah, I think there's something here. So we're going to go to the manual ad break and move on from this specific deck, but we will revisit it tomorrow. Jetmir's too easy, though. Jetmir's not the cat in the hat. Jetmir is the cat with access to a tank. Jetmir is the cat in the M1 Abrams. Man, what the fuck is on your head? It's my new toupee, bitch. Get used to it. All right, let's go to the manual ad break. Then last but not least, Lord Xavier. Are you ready to go? It's bracket 3, bro. I swear it's just an M1. It's not even an M1A2. Roxanne and Cthulhu Displays Kitten is a star spawn. There's your flavor connection. Sweet. Oh yes, MLP's personal question. Do you think a strong lock or a back-breaking removal engine that you break parity on counts as a win con? Like they don't win the game immediately, but they practically present a board state that is impossible to come back from. Am I obligated to make some giant creature to kill people with quickly for said deck to not be considered BM? No, and this is actually a really good litmus test to determine if you play with adults or children. Like, let's say you assembled, this is a bad example of a card, holy shit, but let's say you assembled some type of evil stacks lock. Nobody can do anything, they can't untap their creatures, and you're going to whittle them to death 3 damage at a time. They don't have to concede, but it's not BM for you to kill them 3 damage at a time. And if that game takes a long time, it's probably their fault. I have seen games play out like this, and these games should be very fast. Because if you're under a real lock, what happens is you draw your card for turn, you see, this doesn't solve the lock, and then you fucking pass. What makes these games take so long and makes people feel like the person who does the lock is the bad person is they draw their card, they think about whether or not it will get them out of the lock, they realize it won't, and then they look helplessly at their 5 other cards that are locked on the table, not helping them, and reconsider if those will help them. They realize it won't, and they look back at the card they drew, and then they get angry that it won't get them out of the lock. And then they look back at their lands to see if their lands have an activated ability that can get them out of the lock, which they don't, because they would have seen it. This whole process takes about 7 fucking minutes of them just being pissed off before they pass. And that is what makes those games bad. Yeah, they agonize over it. But like the response, like games, stacks games should, big fucking air quotes should, be faster than games without stacks. Because if you are under stacks, you have fewer options. You don't have to consider as much. You can just draw your card and go, fuck, I can't do anything about it, pass. But it's not how people actually react. The way they actually react is they agonize and they complain and they like take it out on you personally for them not being able to do stuff. It is your fault personally. So like it's not totally wrong that they do that, but it's just they artificially extend the game by a factor of like 20x. So final answer, you are under you are not under any obligation to make a giant creature. You are under an obligation to make a stranglehold that your like flying 3/3 or whatever can get through. Like you are under an obligation to create a situation where you're like, maybe I can only deal 2 damage a turn, but I can for sure deal that damage every turn, and you for sure cannot get out of it. Or like, 95%. All right, let me get some water, and then we'll do Lord Xavier's deck. It is for a friend pod. I will consider that. Okay. Oh, there's been a conversation. All right, something 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 infinite turn lock, something something didn't win the game, whatever. Maul should just shave his head. That's what I did. Yeah, but I don't like how I look with a shaved head. Why should I walk around not liking how I look to please your idea of how I should look? Sounds fucking dumb. Anyway, Lord Xavier. They have sent in a spooky deck. I wanted to play a few elves I love from the books they come from. Less combo, more end of Avengers Endgame. So number one, you're doing Elf Ball, so I know we're not even going to happen into anything interesting, but I do want to bring up the end of Avengers Endgame was a combo win. Like, I don't know what we consider snapping with the Infinity Stones, but if that is not a combo win, we can't have a serious conversation about anything that's happening, right? Like everybody there was just utility creatures trying to get Iron Man in the position to execute the combo. That is through and through a combo. Oh, huh. All right, burn the deck. Burn the deck. Whatever the fuck's happening here. Thranduil and all the cool elves. Okay, so we have 41 elves too many. Cap got the hammer, bro. Cap was a different player fighting a different motherfucker. Cap was not involved in that victory. Okay, so we have a million elves. We have tutor. You should. As an elf hater and as a combo hater, you put a fucking combo in this deck right now. If I have to watch you resolve Thranduil, the combo king, and then I have to watch you resolve an instant speed 4-card tutor pile, and then I have to watch you not win, I will freak out. I will freak out. I will tear this fucking rug off my dome and I will smother you with it, motherfucker. So, okay. Okay. We're gonna skip past. Nope. Get cycled, bitch. I don't want to worry about you right now. Alright, I'm with you. I'm with you. We pass a few succulent turns. 5 mana Thranduil. We untap her. This is power 5 or greater. We also scry 1. Nope, get out of here. Tyvar the Pummeler. Draw 2. Discard Eladamri. Okay. So what activated abilities do we want on Thranduil right now? I made the wrong decision. I should have... Oh, no, we want Reese. We want Reese in the graveyard as well. I think Tyvar the Pummeler is fine. Tyvar the Pummeler is fine. We want to get a mana dork in the graveyard. So I tap 3 for Elrond. Draw 2. I discard this. I also scry... Oh, no, I would have gotten the scry one before. So I will also Path of Ancestry, Shadowheart, scry 1. You are not fucking important right now. We have one creature on our board that would have triggered this. We have so many 3-power elves. We have so many. If they said no combos, Royster, I'm going to trust they don't have Becky. If they do have Becky, we'll scream a little bit. So we'll bottom Tyvar, draw 2. Holy fucking shit, dude. Nothing ever happens. Deck. So, Visionary, Mystic, paying green. Fuck Elven Chorus. Paying green to draw a card. Oh my god. This is what this is why Thranduil's combos, maybe, because the other option is fucking the Abyss. We can Shadowheart. We have a lot of mana, so I think I just kill Thranduil 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to draw 5. I'm gonna put Selvala into the grave and well, could I cast 6, 7, 8, 9? It's 7. Okay. I think I keep Selvala out. I discard Underrealm Lich and I discard Fauna Shaman. We go land, we go Thranduil, we go Selvala. Draw 2, discard 1. So we can regenerate Thranduil. But this is really just like... Low-key, we just did slow Elf Ball. We've managed to make Thranduil more sauceless than he was before. Oh no. Because our win here is okay, I have enough mana. I have enough mana to play into Tyvar the Pummeler multiple times. Right? Like that's where the win comes from. That's so disgusting to me. We don't need Intruder Alarm combo. I am with what Xavier said about not wanting this to be like, oh man, it's just because every Thranduil deck is going to be some type of untapped combo deck, which I also think is very, very underwhelming. But what I think would be more satisfying is right now, the deck is just, here's all my guys. Here's every elf I have ever known in the entire world. I think what would perhaps be more interesting is you have to pick a small subset of specific elf interactions that you really, really like and build around making them the heroes. Because you have avoided becoming every Thranduil deck. But in avoiding becoming every Thranduil deck, you have become every Lathril deck, and every Maryland deck, and every other Thranduil deck, and every other elf deck under the sun. And so, if that's all you want to be, sure, I think you should probably play Maryland instead. Quite frankly, I think if you just want to go, well, I'm gonna drop every elf in the world. Maryland is just gonna give you more reliable value for that pile of corn syrup that you're building up. But if we want to do a Thranduil thing without doing the emotionally exhausting Thranduil thing, if I combo off and win, is we have to pick you have to pick who are your Avengers. Because what you have here, perfectly acceptable bracket 2, maybe even bracket 3 deck. It's totally fine. I'm not gonna pretend that there are problems with playing a big pile of elves. It affects 1 in every 4 commander players worldwide. But if we want it to feel like the Avengers, there are not 40 fucking Avengers. We got to be real about that. We got to have a hard conversation with Hawkeye. And then we can start picking do I want Elvish Warmaster to be cut down to just legendary elves? I don't think that helps, because then you still have too many Avengers. Name every Marvel character right now. And by the time you're done, you will understand why you don't want a deck that's just every legendary elf. But what we do want is we have to find an activated ability that sparks joy. So, for instance, if there was some way for you paying life to become an advantage engine than this being a Thranduil deck that uses Underrealm Lich's activated ability as a life input. That could be interesting. I have no idea what any of those are. I'm just spitballing. If where are other activated abilities? I doubt we are going to find anything interesting from float power or float mana equal to power. These cards are good, but usually the best thing to do with mana is just spend it on a thing that wins the game. You could okay, hold on. Let me pitch an example Avengers Endgame Thranduil deck to you. The elves that we care about are Immaculate Magistrate, Wirewood Channeler, Viridian Joiner, Topiary Lecturer, Selvala, Marwyn the Nurturer, maybe Deathbloom Ritualist, but probably not. And then the deck is Voltron. Is this the craziest thing ever? No. But then we have an angle that we're going to focus on that is not just every elf, but we're still going to have elves that are like, these are the guys that tee up the deck. And you're like, why the fuck are you talking about mana equal to power if you want to do Voltron? Shouldn't we do like protection and evasion, etc., etc.? The Voltron is a red herring to allow us to draw into and win with Helix Pinnacle. We feeling anything? Because I can keep going. This is just the first one off the dome. But like that's the type of thing that I would be trying to do different Thranduil for. Is I would be going, okay, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna use Sultai. Like I'm gonna use the green stuff to make Thranduil's power really big. When Thranduil's power is really big, what does that let me do? It lets me draw a ton of cards off of my big commander so that I will draw into this thing. And then it lets me play Helix Pinnacle. And if I can't kill you, like I don't have to spend cards on having trample, on having evasion, etc. I still have to spend them on protection, but then I can do like either I hit you with Thranduil, or if I can't hit you with Thranduil, congratulations, I have put 30 counters on Helix Pinnacle. Yeah, and then you could have a couple of the fairest untappers, like Unstoppable Plan. You still can't have Becky. At no point can Becky get involved. But you could do Helix Pinnacle, you could do like Villainous Wealth, but it could just be something that's like, I'm gonna get huge, and then I'm either gonna punch you as hard as physically possible, or I am going to dump that mana into a bad win condition. So I would be avoiding things like Torment of Hailfire. I think Torment of Hailfire is like too generically good, and Thranduil will win the game with it at low mana values. But like Villainous Wealth, Helix Pinnacle, anything where it's like you have to dump straight up 50 plus mana into this for it to be a game win, that's when I think we're cooking with something. Now, your problem here is we're not going to trigger Thranduil as much as we currently do. I think that's okay. I think that could be interesting. I do think you will end up with a worse Thranduil deck, but I think you will come up with a Thranduil deck that is like, nobody else is playing this Thranduil deck for good reason. But man, if you get that fucking Helix Pinnacle win. And so you can still pick you know, a couple of your favorite legendary supporting characters, like Glissa, I think would still be good in this version of the deck. First Strike and Death Touch, excellent blocker. Triggers your commander, and is potentially a card draw engine. I think there's goodness there. I think there's goodness there. You would obviously still be playing Gwenna. You would still be playing all these legendary elves that I named earlier. Yeah, there is still plenty of potential. And so that is the energy I would be pushing to, rather than just you know what it is? What you have built for us here is not the Avengers. You have built Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That is the deck that stands before us today. You can play Flotsam Jetsam. Let's fucking go. What's Flotsam Jetsam? You can't play this. You can't play this, motherfucker. But I believe in your vision of making combo-less Thranduil. And I think we can cook it up one more notch than it's currently at. Are there any other... I kind of want to build that deck too. Shit. Let's do Bottomless Mana Sink. What we got here? You could cast the biggest fucking walking ballista in the world. You could Triska Decaphile win. I don't think Lair the Hydra does anything. Thrasios is a little bit Rizless. We talked about Helix Pinnacle. Una's kind of freaky. I really don't believe in her. I really don't believe in her. But the thought of being able... Normally, when I advise people on how to build decks, I'm advising you on how to do one thing extremely reliably. Your deck already does that. So my brain is currently in the realm of like, what is a weird and flexible thing? And if you have big mana Thranduil and you have Una, you can either try to mill somebody out, but even if you don't mill them out, I have 30 1/1s with flying. I kill you with those. Like you're not emotionally or practically prepared to be killed by flying 1/1s in the elf ball deck. You're watching out for like, oh man, when they cast Craterhoof, I've got to be really afraid. Not like, okay, they played Thranduil, and then they played Una. Why the fuck did they put Colossus Hammer on Thranduil? Oh, my deck's gone! It's super Christmas landy. But I think you get my point. I think the place we want to be is stuff that will buff his power, stuff that will turn his power into mana or into card draw, and then anything that catches your fancy, for a large mana dump. Like, you could have an Avengers version of this deck. You could have... Secret Elf. Memnarch takes everything you've ever owned. Yeah, that's really where I would want to be for this. Is the +1 power elves good enough? I doubt it. I think you would want like it's tough because ideally you would want things like Immaculate Magistrate, but they're gonna get worse and worse as we lose elves. I think this is where I would be going towards big equipments like Excalibur. We're still probably going to be leaning towards a lot of legendary and a lot of historic permanents. But I would be taking some notes from the Voltron players. I would be looking for really big equipments that are going to give a big power boost, or like you have 5 base power, so you can consider things like unnatural growth. This one specifically is a little bit hard because it's 4 green pips. Man, if you could pull off Aderin pre-win. Man. And I'm going to keep it 100 with you. This is going to be bad. But it's going to be bad, and it's going to be fucking awesome. Yeah, like you don't have to, you've got it exactly right. We don't have to cheat the equipment costs if we are tapping 8 mana off of our commander. Oh my fucking god. Okay. This this is I want to bring up Secret Door. This is too far. This is too shitty. Do not do this, no matter how funny you think it would be. You cannot, I am telling you plain as day, you cannot make enough mana to sorcery speed dungeon loop people. Do not do this. If you if you have a slow play group you want to punish for not killing you quickly enough, do not do big mana Thranduil ventures into the dungeon. Or maybe. Maybe you just that's so stupid. But yeah, that's what sparks joy for me with this. Oh yeah, you have terrible like I think there's so many versions of this deck you could make. Like there's a mill version, there's a self mill version, there's I'm genuinely trying to do dungeons version, there's Helix Pinnacle, there's just I dump everything into big X spells. Like on God. The Vol deck? What's Vol? Yeah, that's fair enough. I think most of our benefit here is we get access to more colors and we get to trick people by making them think we're doing an elf deck. Okay, can I keep the pet cards? What are our pet cards? Oh. Yeah, these would actually be good. Like, these would just be good and acceptable in the version of the deck I'm talking about. Yeah, big doppelgang. Like, there's a ton of different ways to take this. And I think it's a really good way. I think it's a really good way to make people look out for you at the wrong times. Yeah. Yeah, 100% I'm on this. So I think unfortunately right now we are down here. You have made a very good deck. You're not going to be all the way in the corner because you did avoid Becky. But we have made a very good Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. deck. And I wish you the very best of luck in turning this into the Avengers. That is going to be it for your deck. And I think that has to be it for the day because I can hear my voice going. We're unfortunately not going to do a raffle today. We will hopefully do one Sunday. You know what? I'll promise we will absolutely 100%, no fooling, no matter what, do a raffle on Sunday. Because we didn't do it today. I think the last time we had time to do one was last weekend. I'm promising that shit. I'm promising that shit right now. No, I'm making promises and junk. We're pulling up to Bald Kai. Lord Xavier, thank you for the 100-bit cheer. Welcome back to the dog pile. Thank you all for subbing today, for gifting subs, helping support the cooking stream sub goal. We have one more week to hit this. We are 111 subs out. I will see you all tomorrow for some custom card reviews and working on the Noir Cat in the Hat deck. I believe the Decked Out Subathon is still live. Yes, they are. We're going to head over to day 16 of the Decked Out Subathon. Thank you all for being here. Remember to be kind. Never rewind any videotapes. And stay toxic. I'll see you all tomorrow. YouTube, that's just it for me. But I'll see you on the next one.